What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're doing a little bit of a different type of video. Today's more of a victory lap. Lately, we have been hitting like crazy on our dog picks since the start of my channel about 16 days ago. There have been 3 UFC cards, and I have nailed my UFC dog of the card on every single card. Starting off with last week's pick, Billy Elicana over Ebo Aslan. Nobody was picking Billy Elicana. Only 11% of people on Tapology had picked Billy Elicana. But I did because I watched the fights and I said, in the regional scene, Billy Elicana had some good striking matchups. I picked him to win this fight in the grappling, but I just knew that he would fraud check Ebo, the fugly little Turkish fuck Aslan, who sucks, and I knew that he was going to get fraud checked this weekend. No one else picked that fight. I made us a ton of money. He was a plus 300 dog. Depending on where you found the line, it was like plus 255 to plus 300. That means if you put down $100, you just made 300 bucks on that pick alone. That's parlay money. That is a huge underdog pick. No one else picked Billy Elicana like I did, as well as the week before, going back to UFC 318. We picked Nikolai Veretennikov as our underdog pick of the card. I said that he would be able to keep it at range and outpoint Francisco Prado, who always struggles with the bigger, rangier fighters. What did he do? Kept it on the outside. Outpointed Francisco Prado, who struggled with the range, the jab, the outside kicks of Nikolai Veretennikov. That fight, I believe, was more like a plus 150, but it was still an underdog pick of the card. That's free plus money. No one else was picking Nikolai Veretennikov. He was picked by 21% of people on Tapology. Not very many people on MMA YouTube were picking him. And then we go back to the week before that. The biggest dog pick of them all in the main event, Derek Lewis. I watched a ton of tape on Taliesin Teixeira, and I said he gets countered like nobody's business. He leaves his chin out there. He's not super high level. And on top of that, he's very susceptible to the overhand. He got clipped badly by Arthur Lopez on the Contender Series by this overhand. Same overhand that I said was going to put him out versus Derek Lewis. And what ended up happening in that fight? The same overhand that dropped him, or kind of wobbled him in that fight, was what ended up finishing the fight versus Derek Lewis. That was a plus 300 dog for Lewis by knockout, or if you just took his money line for some reason, plus 250. So we have made a ton of money on our dog picks of the card, but those aren't the only underdog picks that we hit on, as well as the Davy Grant pick last week. In the video, I did pick Blackshear. Very regrettable pick by me, but I ended up flipping it in the community tabs. I had made that post before the fight started, flipped it on Tapology, so, it's official. We can prove that that was a legit flip. I ended up making plus 270 on those odds. No one else was really picking Davy Grant. He was only picked by 15% of people on Tapology, as well as the week before, I picked Patricio Pitbull, who was only picked by 20% of people on Tapology. I picked Patricio Pitbull to be very good in the pocket, where he dropped Danny Gay. I picked him to be a much better grappler, where he had a lot of good exchanges versus Danny Gay, and I picked him to overall win a 28-29 decision because Danny Gay was good enough to take a round, which he was. So that was a perfect pick. I got that one down to the scorecards, as well as the week before, Hugo Tokos versus Junior Tafa. Everybody was picking Junior Tafa. Only 18% of people picked Tuco Tokos. I picked Tuco Tacos, saying that just because Junior Tafa lost weight does not mean that he is going to be this otherworldly fighter now. I'm glad that he's in better shape, but the man does not have mixed martial arts skills. I said that Junior Tafa would lose because Tuco Tokos would mix in the grappling, hit the takedowns, and then eventually finish the fight, which he did. I pick dogs like nobody else. The only dog pick that I've gotten wrong because I'm 6 for 7 is Wonderboy Thompson. Wonderboy Thompson took Gabriel Bonfim to a split decision while arguably winning rounds 2 and 3 based off damage, was the much more damaging striker, did a lot more work in that fight, and I picked it perfectly. I said that Gabriel Bonfim was not a great offensive striker, nor is he a good takedown grappler. He's only good once the fight is already on the ground. He struggled to hold down Wonder Boy. He struggled to get Wonder Boy down to the ground, and Wonder Boy arguably won that fight. So we are yet to wrongly predict an underdog. We're 6 of 7 with that seventh one. I said was not a perfect bet. It was a great sprinkle because he was plus 370 in that fight, but we ended up missing on that one by a hair. Shout out to Rick Winter. He knows how to judge fights. He had it 29 to 28 for Wonder Boy, which is what I had it, which is what a lot of MMA YouTube had it. I think that he should have won that fight. So we should be 7 for 7 right now, but 6 of 7 is not a bad consolation prize. We are yet to not be profitable. We are already up over 8 units in 3 cards. We have not had a card that did not go in the green. We have nailed our underdog pick of the card every single week. And if you guys want these picks, I don't ask for much. I don't put them behind no Patreon. I don't do nothing. All I ask for is a little bit of a subscribe. Maybe leave a like down below. If you want to subscribe, it would be great because that would give you the ability to always come back and find my picks because you want my underdog picks. I can guarantee you my underdog picks are going to make you more money than anybody else's. It's already been proven. Please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you also for the support on the UFC Abu Dhabi fight picks and fight card recap. That got a ton of views for my channel standards. The channel standards, like at the most before that was like 50. That one got like 150. So we are growing a lot. Hope you guys can all be along for the ride. We're trying to hit like 100 subscribers by the end of August. Then, maybe, it's a pipe dream, but we could get to 1,000 by the end of the year possibly if we get some subscribes from people like yourselves. I will keep making you money. All I ask is for you to click one little button. That wouldn't bother you too much, right? So thank you guys so much for watching and have a good one. I will be back tomorrow. I have a couple good videos in the works for this week. I will have my picks out for the fight card this weekend. Was supposed to be Albazi versus Tyra. Albazi has pulled out. There has been a couple rumors. Some of my sources have been saying Derek Lewis versus Waldo Cortez Acosta might be in the mix for a main event. Both of them would be willing to take it. Waldo Cortez Acosta's in fight camp, and Derek Lewis has some beef there and has been in the best shape of his life for UFC Nashville. Both of them would be willing to take it from what I've heard, as well as Hyung Young Park said he was willing to take the fight versus Tyra. So there are some interesting matchups on the horizon. I will make sure as soon as the main event gets announced, I will try to get my picks out on the same day. But I do have some interesting dog picks of the card for this week. I think I have two big ones, and I'll look into some others. After watching tape, I might shift my mind on some of the other picks for this week, but I definitely have at least two that I think could be really profitable this week. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to leave a like and please subscribe. It helps me out a ton. Have a good one, and I will be back tomorrow with another video. Peace.